Well, hi. I am Sassy Snatch. How do you like the name? Does anybody here know what a snatch is? And what is it, darling? It's the vagina. What else is it? What else do you call that?
Pussy.
That's my favorite. What else do you call it? Your what?
The JJ.
Okay, let's just go with the JJ, the beef. Okay, so why am I called Sassy Snatch? Because I make snatches sassy for a living. And how do I do that? I don't vajazzle. I do rip, and people have their get ripped shirts on. Every day, all day long, I put my hands and my heads between women's legs. How jealous are you? And why do I do that? Because vaginas come in all shapes, sizes, colors. Some are vajazzled, some are jeweled, some are tattooed. And if you get rid of the hair, you can see how perfect they are underneath. Yes. So believe it or not, yours is perfect, isn't it? Of course it is. So, I get them perfectly primed for all you men. In fact, guys, I hate to tell you, but I've seen quite a few pussies in this room.
And they all delicious!
Yeah, of course they're delicious. And if I was a man right now, I would have the biggest heart on. Because there are some gorgeous pussies in this room. When I started in this business, I didn't say the word pussy. But now it comes out of my mouth pretty much like the air I breathe. I love the word. I say it all the time. In fact, when I sleep, most people dream of what? Sheep going over the fence? I dream of vaginas jumping over penises. I do, Pam, for real.
I believe you.
So you're probably saying, okay, this woman's confused. This is not a Christmas sweater. Well, I think it looks like packages.
Okay.
It's actually bunnies. My mother gave it to me. My mother is very much responsible for me being a confident and strong woman. She told me nothing was impossible. Who would have thought? Yeah, but who would have thought I would end up doing this? So I got thinking about this bunny thing because it actually was the only sweater I had that was kind of ugly. So, when I was in middle school, this boy named John came up to me, and you probably will all remember this. He took his inside of his jean pockets, and he pulled it out, and he told me to kiss between the bunny ears. And I remember thinking that was the most obscene and rude and mean thing anybody could have said to me. Does anybody remember that?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you don't? You pull your jean pockets up? I can't, because I don't have jean pockets. And I remember thinking how rude it was. You can always pull yours out. We'll get to him later. Now, we want to do a lot more than kiss between the bunny ears, wouldn't you say, ladies? Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
No, we got more. So the bunny thing led me to thinking about rabbits. What I want to know is how many women have a rabbit in their underwear drawer? Oh, under the bed. Where else is it? Where's yours? Oh. Hers is on the nightstand. She's got a dolphin. I kind of like the idea of that. So, gentlemen, in case you're missing something, a rabbit is another name for a vibrator. You guys have a hand. We have an electronic appliance. Plug it in, baby. The reason we do electronics is because we are the more sophisticated species, right? But there's problems with electronics. I got thinking about the rabbit thing, and then I realized we have 3 problems with rabbits. The first one is batteries. Let me tell you something. They always seem to run out at the wrong time. So if I were you, I'd go to BJ's, which was kind of an appropriate place to mention. And I would get yourself the Econotac. You keep it next to wherever your nightstand, so you never run out. Second problem with vibrators. If you're deciding that you want to be what I think Gwyneth Paltrow and grow your 70s thing back out, the little bush thing is back, not in my world, but whatever. Do you know that your vibrator can actually get tangled in your hair? I'm serious. I'm serious. One day a woman came in with the most disgusting, longest pubic hair I've ever seen in my life, and she said, "You know why I knew it was time to come see you, Emmy? Because my pubic hair was getting tangled in my vibrator." I'm serious, it's true. This is gospel, all gospel. Okay, so we got a third problem with vibrators. I personally am a fan of plug-in ones. Yeah, old-fashioned. I like to plug mine in. It's really not smart next to the hot tub. Sometimes, I don't know, you're brushing your teeth and being creative. The worst thing about a plug-in vibrator is a true story that I decided to share in public. And hopefully my children never watch this. So we took a family trip to Rome, Italy. I made it through customs with my vibrator, although the guys were snickering and like, "Hey, what is that?" It's, you know, big, phallic. So we're in our room, and we've got the lights on, we've got the TV on, and we plugged that vibrator in, and you know what happened? Poof! The fucking thing blew up. It sparked, TV shuts off, lights shut off, open the door, hallway is pitch black. We blew the fucking fuse in the entire floor of this 5-star hotel. Swear to God. So then what do? You call down to the desk. "I don't know what happened." "Oh, the electricity went out. Even the TV." So we got a pitch black room. They fix it, whatever. That's the end of the vibrator. Don't worry, I still had a nice time in Rome. So I keep this blog. I wax pussies for a living, remember. So, yeah. I keep a blog called Hose Down Your Hoo-Ha. Those are for all the disgusting people that have come through the doors of Mark and me in the past 20 years. Which aren't very many, of course. So I blog, be careful when you travel abroad, when you plug in your electrical appliances, I didn't say vibrator, because you have to make sure that they're adaptable. I get back to the salon the next week, and I'm doing a woman's nails. She's in her 70s. She says, "Mary Elizabeth, I read your blog. I was sorry that your blow dryer blew up on you." I didn't know what to say, do I? Yeah, no. It actually wasn't my blow dryer. And she goes, "Oh, was it a curling iron? Because I have a curling iron that has a universal adapter, and you can take it with me next year when you're going back to Italy." And I was like, "What do you say?" She's like 75 maybe, and I'm like, "Listen, it was my vibrator." And there was like that moment of, oh shit, I've been doing her nails for 20 years and I just told her my vibrator blew up, and she was willing to like lend me her universal blow dryer, which I don't do my hair on vacation. And she's like, so it was good. It had ended up good. She was okay with the whole vibrator thing. I thought it was a little awkward, but whatever. Okay. Awkward? I mean, nothing's awkward in my world. Okay, so we use vibrators, and a lot of men have a bad attitude about it. But there's a few things. Vibrators don't get whiskey dick.
Push it, bro.
Vibrators don't go too quickly and then say, "Whoops, sorry, I'm done." And the other thing is, they're a sure thing. They work every time. Right? Ladies.
They don't talk.
And they don't talk. Yeah, sometimes we prefer if you shut the fuck up. Thank you for that, Missy.
Just saying.
Okay. So I groom women for a living. I make them bald and beautiful, and that's just what we're into. We do, thank you. We do men also. Now, why would a man want to be groomed? I thought about this long and hard since I knew this was the topic I was going to be discussing. Gentlemen, why would we want you to groom? I'm going to ask you a question. Do you like blowjobs?
Yeah, you got hairy penises.
Nobody wants to suck on your hairy penis, boyfriend. We don't like to floss, and we don't like to suck on your... Yes, I need to slow down. We also do not like to suck on those mushy lemons that smell like they've been fermenting in your garbage disposal for weeks. I'm sorry, those bad boys can smell. If you can keep them a little hairy and clean and not scary, good. Otherwise, come see us.
Dingleberries.
And we do not like dingleberries. You know, it's funny. Now that you mentioned that, I also have a Twitter, big surprise, and guess what I'm called? Sassy Snatch! Not dingleberries, that's gross. So one day a girl came in, I wasn't going to tell this story, but well, I'm on it. And she wasn't the cleanest thing, and when she lifted up her hiney, there were 6 little balls, tangled. I know, I didn't want to get gross, but while we're at it. So I was thinking to myself, are they going to go flying across the room when I rip? Or are they going to melt? They melted. So later that day, I went to my little Twitter account, my little Sassy Snatch account, and I said, 6 dingleberries is not cool. Just left it like that. So my teenage daughter's girlfriend worked for her. She was like 16, 17, and she calls me Mama Ness, and she's like, Mama Ness, that really happened? That really happened. Oh well. The trials and tribulations of a Brazilian wax technician. It's okay, I'm not the only Brazilian wax technician in the room. We have one right there. And she's hiding. She doesn't want to touch anybody's fermented balls. So for those of you who are like, this woman is psychotic, she wants everybody to be bald, I'm going to tell you something. There is a very, very, very serious reason, medical reason, why you should be bald. In the UK, they did a study a few years ago that said that pubic lice has become extinct because of people like me. Okay, for you drunk fucks back there, that's crabs, those little bugs that live in your underwear. But no one's drunk. I'm sure you all understood the pubic lice reference. Let me tell you something. You don't want a Groupon for a Brazilian, boy or girl. So, why do we do this? Because it makes us feel sexy. Do you think these burlesque women are going to have pubic hair crawling down their leg? They better not. I'm going to kick their ass. The other thing is, it makes us feel confident. I don't even know why, but it does. I mean, I couldn't stand up here with this big ass bush. I feel like you're all judging me. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more confident and a lot more sassy. And a lot of it has to do with my husband. So I work with my husband. His name's Mark. Our salon's called Mark and Me. And he's a strong man, and he's made me even stronger over the years. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be so obsessed with pussies. You figure that one out. So anyways, I got into the business because he was already in the business. I discovered waxing. I like nude bodies. I don't know, it was a win-win for everybody. And I really have found I've gotten just so much sassier as I've gotten older, and I think part of it is because I talk about a taboo topic, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm proud of what I do. I've done about 50,000 in my career over the last 20 years, and I'm really proud of it, so I like to talk about it. So now I've gotten confident in all the areas of my life. So I'm sitting in a bar one day, and I'm holding a drink. I'm visibly married. I have a wedding band on and an engagement ring. A man came up to me and said, "Let me buy you a drink." I said, "No, I'm good." And I'm always smiling. I'm a happy girl. He's like, "No, I really want to buy you a drink." And I'm like, "No, I'm good." And he's like really like trying to schmooze up. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm married." He says, "I don't care." Okay, well, I do. He's like, "No, really, I don't care." And I said, "Listen, my husband's a cop with a really big gun and a really big temper." The dude just disappeared. Now, I don't know if you caught it. I work with my husband, who's a hairdresser. He is not a cop, but it worked. What I didn't tell him was he does have a big gun, just not the kind the cop carries. So I am actually so obsessed with pussies. Most of you probably do not know this. I've actually written 3 books on this subject. No kidding. They're on Amazon. They're called the Happy Hoo-Ha Trilogy. I have this like belief that every woman and every man, for that matter, should have a happy hoo-ha. So that's why we call it that. And I think hoo-ha's a cute word, even though pussy's more fun to say. And you know, not for nothing, to go back to where this all started, nobody said the word twat. Doesn't anybody like the word twat in this room?
I love the word twat.
You love it?
I love the word C word as well. I don't want to offend, sorry.
The infamous C word.
I love the word. I don't want to offend.
Does anybody like the word cunt?
I love
Obviously I do. So we're going to start to wrap this up. As far as the pubic lice goes, to finish up with that, now that pubic lice has become extinct, I think you should all nominate me for a Nobel Peace Prize. And world peace. So this is the deal. My name is Sassy Snatch because I want to make snatches sassy around the world. And I feel like I am doing that. One snatch at a time.